Have you ever wondered what the manufacturer of your car, medicine, or camera produced during World War II? Planes, ammunition, or maybe tanks? Get to know the history of the largest known corporations. The British company Rolls-Royce has been around since 1904. It was also active during World War II. It produced engines for tanks and military aircraft. One of the most widely used designs in RAF fighters was the Merlin unit. The 60-degree V12 engine produced 1,000 to 1,300 horsepower. The former value was achieved with 87-octane fuel, the latter with 100-octane fuel. The engine was mounted, among others, on such machines as the Supermarine Spitfire military aircraft or Avro Lancaster bombers. The fact that the first car for the people, the Volkswagen Type 1, was created by Ferdinand Porsche on behalf of Adolf Hitler, probably everyone knows. On the basis of this model, military cars were also produced, such as the Type 166 Schwimmwagen or the Type 82 Kugelwagen. Interestingly, Volkswagen factories, apart from cars, also produced components needed to construct the already famous V1 missile weapon. The company began its activity in 1909 with the production of aircraft engines. 10 years later, after World War I, Germany produced the first car. During World War II, Maybach mainly produced engines for tanks such as the Panzer V Panther and Panzer VI Tiger, but also for trucks and armored personnel carriers. During World War II, this German concern, apart from cars, produced motorcycles and aircraft engines. All this was intended for the army of the Third Reich. Many people working in the BMW factories were prisoners of the out-of-town Ludwigsfeld facility of the Dachau concentration camp. The most recognizable machines from this period are the BMW R75 motorcycle and the Focke-Wulf 190 military aircraft with a BMW engine. Ford is one of the oldest automotive companies in the world. During World War II, the Americans dealt, among others, with the production of the GPW, Jeep Willys model, a light off-road and passenger vehicle used in the Allied Army. Established in 1898, the Renault concern already during the First World War produced tanks, trucks, aircraft engines, and ammunition. When the Third Reich occupied France, Renault factories were forced to produce German tanks, and a large part of the existing production of such tank models as the Renault R35 or R40 was taken over by the Germans. One of the founders of the brand, Louis Renault, was even convicted after the war for collaborating with the Germans and imprisoned where he died. After World War I, the Fiat concern started producing tanks and assault vehicles. During the interwar period, fighter planes were also created, such as the Fiat CR-42 and G50, produced until 1942 and 1943. From 1943 to 1946, fighters marked G55 were also assembled in Fiat's Italian factories. Like BMW in Germany or Fiat in Italy and Japan, Mitsubishi produced military machines during World War II. It is worth remembering that at that time there was no separate department dealing with the production of cars, although they were produced. Mitsubishi Motors Corporation was not opened until 1970. During the war, the concern was engaged in the production of aircraft. The most frequently mentioned are the J-2M Raiden and the Mitsubishi A-6M Kamikazes used at the end of the war. The German company MAN has the longest history among the concerns listed in our ranking. It is also the longest listed company on the German stock exchange. It was founded in 1758 and initially dealt with the production of various types of machinery. It was with MAN that Rudolf Diesel signed a contract for the production of the diesel engine he invented. During World War II, the Germans produced propulsion units for the famous submarines, commonly known as U-boats, and also produced the Panzer III version H tank, or the famous Panther tank. The concept of blitzkrieg, the so-called lightning war, does not need to be explained to anyone. Few of you are probably aware that the German army would not have achieved such spectacular successes if not for Opel. The German company, already owned by GM, was producing trucks called Blitz at that time. Thanks to the fact that they were fast and reliable, they successfully delivered supplies to the front. Ferdinand Porsche was a visionary in the field of cars, but in tank construction his knowledge and experience were of little use. Even before the war, their VK3001P medium tank project was considered not very successful, and the new VK4501P heavy tank was in fact a derivative of it. None of them went into mass production. In 1930, Hugo Boss began producing Nazi uniforms. Reason? Hugo Boss himself joined the NSDAP. He also got a contract to make uniforms for the Hitler Youth and the SS. The contract allowed the company to develop. It was signed only 8 years after its founding. The deal with the German government helped take the company to another level. The production of Nazi uniforms went so well that Hugo Boss eventually imported forced laborers from Poland and France. During the Holocaust, a German company called IG Farben produced Zyklon B, the gas used in the gas chambers. She also financed and assisted Josef Mengeles' experiments on concentration camp prisoners. G. Farben is the company that made the most profit from collaborating with the Nazis. After the war, the company was divided. Bayer was one of the divisions that then became an independent company. Aspirin, Bayer's flagship product, was developed by one of the company's employees, Arthur Eichengrun. The chemist was Jewish, which Bayer refused to openly admit. So the company officially granted the patent right for the development of the drug to Felix Hoffmann, an Aryan. The company used forced laborers during the Holocaust and built gas chambers. Siemens also had the worst blunder of any Nazi-affiliated company on this list. In 2001, she tried to make the word cyclone a trademark for a new line of products including gas cookers. Siemens dropped the idea after the intervention of several organizations, claiming that it was never about associating Zyklon B, used during the Holocaust, with their Cyclone line of products. During the Second World War, the company played on two fronts, supplying American soldiers, but also producing carbonated drinks for the Nazis. In 1941, Coca-Cola's German division ran out of syrup to produce the company's flagship product, which it could not import from America due to wartime restrictions. That's why a new drink was invented, especially for the Nazis, with a fruity flavor and the name Fanta. So, long before Fanta was associated with beach-going exotic women, it was the official drink of Nazi Germany. Mercedes-Benz produced, among others, trucks, engines for MEBF 109, and luxury and off-road cars for the German army. Artillery tractors such as SDKFZ 6, 7, and 8.